A very warm welcome here to another episode of our weekly 11:11 talk, where myself, Carmen Cornelia Haselwanter, mentor and speaker for leadership and breakthroughs, I'm sharing knowledge, wisdom, and experience out of 30 years of leadership experience. Yeah, and today I'm going to talk about how you are achieving breakthroughs even with zero visibility. I mean, let's face it, I'm sure every single one of you knows this. You're having a meeting, a problem comes up, and everybody looks at you, and you believe, or everybody expects that you have in that very moment the solution, and you don't. So, what are you doing then? Are you clear confessing that you don't know? Are you pretend of knowing? Or is it like something you're trying to gain time? Now, you see, in my leadership years, I have been very often in this kind of situation. And of course, when you're a leader, when you're a manager, when you're a CEO, everybody expects you to know everything. But I mean, let's face it, every one of us is a human, and every one of us has its edge, has its knowledge. And I want to invite you here now with several tips how you can actually achieve that, that you are going to have breakthroughs even if you don't know where to go, because that is clearly possible. The first thing what you shall do is that you don't feel like a failure, that you don't think that simply because you don't know in that very moment your answer, the solution, which, applies to everybody, that you are actually a loser. No, you're not. It is actually the understanding from yourself that, not knowing, and to recognize that, even though if the outside world is placing you here the mirror, that is a clear beginning, a beginning of something new, of something, opportunities and chances which are just really standing here in front of you. Now, the question is, what are you doing with that? We're living in days, in years, in a period where a lot of changes are going on. We have AI who is like simplifying a lot of things, but we are having as well different issues with the community, with the society, with people itself. There is one thing what everybody wants, to be part of a great group. Therefore, togetherness is something very, very important. And I want to invite you that you are going to think it over how you can apply in your company, in your family, within friends, exactly that attraction, exactly that appointment. How can you implement togetherness? You see, a situation like that you, as the leader, as the CEO, as the family big member, you don't know, is actually inviting the others as well the space that maybe they are having some solutions. That as well, they are applied to recognize their thoughts, impacts, and ideas. And if you, as a leader, as a CEO, as a member of a group, is actually inviting the others as well to come up with their thoughts. I mean, that is something really great because you are pushing them, you are inviting them, you're motivating them to come out with their thoughts, to come out with that what maybe they would not really come up with if you immediately have an answer ready. So that actually invites you to the second beautiful idea and invitation here, that instead of pushing yourself into something you don't feel comfortable with, I want to invite you that you start to observe, that you have a look what's going on. You see, in most of the cases, it's not really necessary that right now, in that very moment, you have an answer, you have a solution. What is important is that you are having the base ready for others as well, to implement their ideas. And in the same time, you observe and you see what's going on. I mean, that is as well one of the duties of a manager, of a CEO, that you see what's going on in a case of a crisis, in a case of necessary needs, steps are in front of you. You see, and that is an amazing, great opportunity, because by observing, you are staying there and you are understanding more clarity about what's going on with your team, what's going on with every single member of them. And I tell you, this is what I experienced very often in a situation like that, that suddenly, by myself not having the right answer in that very moment, I was able to amplify others to achieve a breakthrough. And isn't that also a great thing? It's not always about that we ourselves are making breakthroughs, but as well our team. That is as well the duty of a manager, of a CEO. And the fact is, by recognizing then the breakthroughs of the others may invite you as well to overthink what is really a breakthrough for you. What is it that in our days, where so much things going on in the internet, with AI, in the world, there is hardly any time left for anything. So therefore, I want to congratulate you that you are really taking this time to listen to this 11 minutes leadership impact. Great, good for you. So you may be proud of you. Is that a breakthrough for you? Any sort of input you're taking here, I consider as a breakthrough. But this is my consideration. The question is, what is yours? You see, I am holding 2 school communities. One is dedicated to women. This is in German. And we're having about 120 ladies there who are supporting each other, who are bringing their expertise on the ground of this safe community space. And like that, interact on a very high level of trusts and connection. On the other side, I have a group called All In Mastery. That is the method I actually created after 30 years of leadership experience. It is a model I took over in order to consider what did I learn out of the 30 years of leadership. And that, what we are talking about, is one of them. And in that group, All In Mastery, I'm inviting leaders, action takers, yes, CEOs to be part of it, because within this group of same thinkers, it's much more action, it's much more joy to exchange with each other and to see how everybody of these group leaders, of these members, are having their own breakthroughs. So I want to invite you to be part of this group. It is in English and in German, and it is invited for men and women at the same time. So it is a great impact which you may take. And at the same time, I also share with you step by step the All In Mastery, which is a great tool for your private life, but as well for your enterprise. And if you want to know more about that, please feel free to get back to me. Because fact is, life is writing the best stories. And I'm sure if you look at your book, when it comes to your life book, now what is it saying? There are so many breakthroughs. The most of the time is just that we forget about them. We don't have them anymore in our focus. Therefore, it is inviting that you start to read and write them down. So let's summarize again here. Now, what is it all about? Make sure that once you recognize that you don't know the answer, the solution, invite your environment, your work colleagues, your family, your friends, maybe any of them has some good ideas. Because it is a great strength proof if you show vulnerability. And in the same time, invite that yourself, you start to observe, you listen, you look, you make notes, because like that, you're going to recognize your team, your friends under completely different circumstances. And that is what it's all about. And last but not least, make sure that the clarity, what you have in front of you, is taken in consideration by involving people of its kind in the same time. Because we all know the surrounding we are in it, spending the most of our time, is that what is actually carrying us. So what is it that today of our 11:11 talk you take as a great impact for you? Share it with us. Write it down, because that is what counts. That is what makes us, every single one of us, with its individuality, with its greatness, to a great person of awareness. Thank you very much for listening to that. I really appreciate that you gave me these 11 minutes, and feel free to get back to me. I'm offering a 30 minutes free consultation to get deeper into your personal case. May this now be private, business, or enterprise look like. Or join any of my communities. I'm very much looking forward to seeing you there. Otherwise, we're going to see each other next week, same time, same channel, and I can't wait to read your feedbacks. In the meantime, take care, all the best. Your Carmen Cornelia Haselwanter, your mentor and speaker for breakthroughs and